This is what they hide from you. Why are there underwater pyramids in Japan? And why do they look exactly like the pyramids in Egypt? This could change everything we know about ancient civilizations. But that's not even the craziest part. In ancient Japanese texts, there are cryptic references to a sunken civilization, saying, "The structures beneath the waves hold the secrets of the ancients." These pyramids were made thousands of years ago, so who built them? This is where things get scary. In recently analyzed ancient documents, it said that these underwater pyramids weren't natural formations, but man-made structures created by an advanced civilization known as the Anunnaki. The texts specifically mention that the Anunnaki, who also built the Great Pyramids of Egypt, constructed these underwater pyramids as part of a vast network to harness and control energy from the ocean. However, once the Anunnaki left Earth, their advanced knowledge was hidden, and the true purpose of the underwater pyramids was concealed to keep this powerful technology from being misused.
Anunnaki, Sumerian gods, such as Enki, Enlil, Marduk, they're coming from Density Universe 2, a greater universe in higher dimensions. They're coming with their might, with their intelligence, with their knowledge, spiritual dark knowledge.
According to the Anunnaki, human beings were created in a way that genetically we were supposed to become more superior than them. They didn't know this was going to happen. And Lil was angry at his brother Enki because Enki put a little extra in the sauce. And he said that the mysteries to unlock the secrets of the universe is hidden within our bodies, and that we ourselves can rise to be even higher than them. Maybe our ancestors were in tune with the magnetic field, maybe even had telekinesis and these other innate abilities, weren't technologically advanced, but maybe more spiritually advanced.
Have you ever wondered why the Anunnaki are not mentioned in the Bible? Known as ancient deities from Mesopotamian mythology, the Anunnaki are reputed to have created humans. Yet there is no reference to them in biblical texts. Some scholars argue this omission is due to the biblical author's lack of awareness of the Anunnaki. Others suggest that religious leaders intentionally left them out. According to ancient texts, the Anunnaki were powerful entities capable of living for thousands of years, possessing advanced technology and worshipped as gods by the Sumerians. It's theorized that early Christian leaders might have excluded the Anunnaki to prevent any challenge to their power and authority. Alternatively, the narratives of the Anunnaki might have been excluded from the Bible because they didn't align with the story early Christians aimed to establish.
Anunnaki is a general term. It doesn't mean one race. It's just like if all of us here got in a spaceship and flew to Mars and we met a Martian, they said, "Who are you guys?" We'd say Earthlings.
Got it. But they maybe would call us Anunnaki.
Right. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm Billy Carson from Fort Lauderdale. So, they're Earthlings. That's one term, but we're all different races here.
Right.
Right. So Anunnaki is a term to say those who came from heaven to earth. That's it. Now, the civilization they built is the Atlantean civilization.
So this is where we hear about Atlantis, the mythology of Atlantis.
Right.
Got it. Okay.
They built the Atlantean
and where's the evidence for this? Where do you read about that?
A lot of the Indian texts, the Vedas, the Mahabharata, the Bhagavad Gita, the ancient lore of the indigenous aboriginals, the Terra Papers, the Enuma Elish, the Epic of Atrahasis, the Code of Hammurabi, the Myth of Etana. There's so many tablets, I can just keep going down.
Everybody's referencing the Atlantean civilization.
12 alien species walking in our world. The Greys, small, cold, emotionless, masters of abductions and silent experiments. The Pleiadians, tall, radiant beings of light, here to awaken and guide. The Venusians, graceful and gentle, said to be ancient protectors of love and universal peace. The Anunnaki, ancient rulers from the stars, worshipped as gods in Sumerian times. The Reptilians, shape-shifting overlords, hiding in power, manipulating from the shadows. The Arcturians, guardians of frequency and time, architects of the higher dimensions. The tall whites, pale, elongated watchers, they never intervene, but always observe. The Lyrans, feline warriors, ancestors of many humanoid lineages across the stars. The blue avians, bird-like peaceful beings, messengers of cosmic harmony. The Andromedans, free-spirited explorers, defenders of galactic balance. The Syrians, wise, aquatic linked beings, guardians of ancient knowledge and Earth's lost histories. The Mantids, insectoid minds, calculating, detached, highly intelligent.
When you look into the ancient cuneiform Sumerian tablets, you start seeing that these beings that the Sumerians called the Anunnaki. And yes, that's a real name. And you find that these Anunnaki beings, which really were the Atlanteans, they're mentioned in text all over the world. They're the Anak in the Bible. We were grasshoppers in their eyesight. These were big men. They were called men of renown. They were the pantheon to the Greeks, but the original Sumerian pantheon prior to the Great Flood originated out of Mesopotamia. After the flood, they reset themselves in the land of Kim, and then they became the Netiru, the gods that came from heaven to earth and turned mud into a kingdom. These people went to Cambodia and built Angkor Wat. They went and built Teotihuacan in Mesoamerica. They developed civilizations all over the entire planet, these people.